Sometimes it can be shitty when there's a game you really want. You wait a really long time, it takes bloody years to come. But what about those games that you just don't get to play? They were not released in the US, but places like the UK. It's games that Yanks can't rank because they're not released. There is games that Yanks can't rank, but they're generally not great. Would you like to be my friend? I don't have many friends, but what does this have to do with this song? It's games that Yanks can't whack.
Relatively unheard of in the US, Jet Set Willy is considered one of the all-time classics of video games in the UK, and often tops all-time top 10s. Originally made for the ZX Spectrum, and later ported to the Commodore 64, the Atari 800, the MSX, the Amstrad CPC, and the Acorn Electron. Now, the game was programmed in the early 80s, before the idea of kidnapped princesses and girlfriends had been invented, so the story's a little bit more down to earth. Willy, having just had a massive housewarming party, wakes up the next morning with a massive hangover, and his housemaid Maria won't let him go to bed until he's cleaned up the entire house all by himself. Now, this game is hard, even by 1980s standards, to the point that some segments are nigh on impossible to do. I mean, look at this bit. The arrows are actually timed to hit you when you time a jump perfectly. How freaking evil is that? Well, nowhere near as hard as this screen. A screen so downright impossible it still strikes fear in the hearts of British gamers even to this day. Yes, even more than you, Freddy. Get lost. The banyan tree. It's just absolutely impossible to do!
Things that bother you never bother me. I feel happy and fine, ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Having got a lot, I don't need a lot, coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Now, where was I? Oh yeah. The game also sports quite possibly the most awesome box art in video gaming history. A guy being sick into a toilet. When was the last time you saw old Master Chief flying chunks in the John, eh? Never, and that's why Willy's so cool. Finding hold of a copy of this game is getting pretty harder and harder nowadays, considering it originally came out on tape, but there's plenty of fan remakes of the game out there floating on the web for free, well worth checking out. And very recently there is even an MMO version of the game released. Online Willy Fun. So if you ever fancy putting your real gaming skills to the test, give this a try.
Hey, hey, 16K, what